What is up, guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Guapish Rule 34. As always, I'm your host, Nico, and today I am being joined by my co-hi, Tanner.
Ni hao Kai Lan.
And of course, I've also got our OG-san himself, Jackson.
Who, me?
Yeah, yes, you.
No way.
Nico, what's up with all this Japanese you're spitting at us?
Well, Tanner Nikolai, we've kind of gotten to the point of the show now. We're kind of rehashing a bunch of old ideas, if you catch my drift. And as a result of that, we decided to plumb around in the old depths of our old catalog, see something that we'd like to really revisit. This time around, we decided to check out making Tanner read doujins again,
What?
Yeah.
What episode did we do that in, by the way?
It's been ages.
Episode 69. So Tanner
69?
Nikolai,
Yeah.
we had you read a couple of doujins this week, 4 to be exact, which is double
Yeah, exactly
a couple.
4.
Which one would you say that you'd like to really start with this time around, man?
Honestly, I'm just gonna go in order of how I read them.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, my man. That sounds good to me.
So, the first one I read, I don't remember who submitted this one, but it is Ranko de Wakaru.
Yeah.
Who submitted that one?
That would be me, Tanner.
Right. So the only note I wrote down is Jesus Christ.
Only one note, 80 pages?
This, what is there to say? It's, it's child porn for 80 pages,
No, it's not. It's more than that.
It's pretty fucked all around. I wasn't a fan of this one.
Not a fan. Describe it a little bit for us here, Tanner.
It's child porn for 80 pages.
Give us the plot synopsis. There's gotta be more to talk about than just that.
Walk us through it here, man.
Okay, so the plot is like a hot young teacher shows up to a middle school.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
And then she gets fucked by her students every day for the rest of her life, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That's the plot.
There's more
That's
to it.
the whole thing.
There's more to it than that, man.
He forgot about
What
the
more
physical
is there to it?
examinations, man.
That was still just child fucking.
What about the massive black
This
dude
one
on
wasn't
chest?
even funny or anything. It wasn't funny. It was gross, but it was gross in more of a metaphysical way than like vor or something. At least that's got some humor in it. This was just child porn that you made me read.
What about the massive black dude in it?
Yeah, he fucked the children too. What do you want me to say? Like, am I missing anything?
Did you like the MILF at all, Tanner? Was she cool?
What are you even talking about? She wasn't even that old.
She was
I didn't like her because she was exclusively having sex with children.
I think you have a chance with her, frankly.
Yeah.
I didn't like anything about this one. This one sucked and wasn't
Tanner, in the hentai tag ranking thing, you put Shota at like an S tier or some shit, dude. You were way into Shota. What changed?
He had an awakening.
I guess in Shota you usually don't see the kids' dicks or something. I don't know.
What are
I
you
feel like
talking
they always
about?
explicitly show that they've got little wieners in Shota.
Either that or they're like...
We saw little wieners in one of our movies too, so this is going to be a banished episode, frankly. We just got on streaming services and we're already going to get expelled from them.
Yeah,
we said
crazy.
child porn one too many times this episode already.
You're gonna have to bleep all of that, Tanner.
I'm not going to.
So you weren't into this one at all, man. Come on.
No, I wasn't into this one.
I think this is a solid doujin myself. I guess there's really not much more to say about it. When I was going through this, I was trying to just find chapter 2 of this because I just really wanted to find the massive black dude for you to read about.
Okay.
Unfortunately, though, I had to do chapter 1 and 2. They didn't have a standalone for just the second chapter. Little did you know, Tanner, there are 2 more chapters after this one, actually. We get to see the children graduate.
Wow.
And it's just a massive orgy with them and their parents as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, Jackson made me read much more than that anyway, so...
Yes, sir.
That's true.
So for your second doujin then, Tanner.
For the second one, I guess, was Nico's other one, which was Nemu no ni Zenpen.
Zenpen.
I don't remember... Yeah, I don't remember what happened in this one at all. I only wrote down only 8 pages, thumbs up.
Well,
it was 8 pages long, and I've already forgotten what was in it.
Well, you see, I made you read like an 80-page one, so I want to balance it out somehow.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So in this one, Tanner, there's a centaur girl, and she gets like fucked by goblins or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then the goblins get killed. And I guess like their semen that was inside of her comes out of her body and forms a bigger goblin.
Yeah, a fully formed goblin. Yeah. They have a very fast reproductive cycle that works inside other species as well.
Yeah, sure. They got goblins that are type goblins.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was kind of neat, I guess.
You requested a centaur, so I went for it, man.
I do remember saying that now. You're right. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I don't remember her being a centaur, to be honest, but if you say so.
Yeah. So for your third dojin, then.
Third one was the first of Jackson's, which was Zenkoku Kyodai Musume Fondu-chan no Eki Ichi, huh? Echi? Eki? How do you pronounce that one?
It's
Echi?
the cruel, gigantorous Fondu-chan sexy slaughter time.
Hey, let me finish the rest of the name. Na Gyaku Satsu. I liked this one. This one was funny. This is the kind of stuff I want to read in these challenges, It's like the girl is kind of like a Deadpool, where she's fourth wall breaking and whatever, and she just goes around killing people, and killing people makes her horny, and all that fun stuff. Very gory, this one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, this one is incredibly violent.
She's also got acid cum, so that's neat.
Yeah, she's got quite the ability set, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't like the scene where they're inside of her stomach and they're just like fighting for their lives to not get fucking melted in her stomach acid.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was funny. And I will say, with this one, I legitimately tried to find part 2, because it mentions at the end of the book there's a part 2, and then I never found anything. So,
no way.
Oh well.
Fucking part 2 of this.
That's what they say, at least.
Yeah, initially I was actually going to recommend Pretty Melt, which is a very similar style doujin to this. This is Pretty Melt was like one of the very first doujins I ever read. I think I was just clicking a random button on N Hentai at some point, and it popped up, and I was just horrified by it, and it stuck with me for a very long time. But then I found this one when I was browsing that same tag, and it's Pretty Melt, but worse.
That's pretty good.
So I went with this one. Pretty much pretty.
Yeah, I'll give this one 2 thumbs up. I like this one.
Gnarly.
And then, of course, Jackson had me read the entirety of Metamorphosis.
The critically acclaimed fucking story by Shindall, dude. How'd you like it?
Who are the critics that acclaimed it?
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone loves Metamorphosis, man.
Yeah, 177.
It's got a little bit of everything in there for everyone.
Yeah.
It's got it's got rape. It's got pregnant porn. It's got
one of those is for me.
Incest. It's got
3 of those is for me now.
Drug use. It's just got everything. It starts out kind of normalish, and then progressively gets worse and worse and goes off the rails. I was enjoying it up until she got pregnant. Everything after that it just made me a bit too sad.
Thankfully, that's pretty close to the end at that point. It's only 20 extra
True,
pages.
yeah. But
yeah, for me personally, it's up until her mom fucking beats her for screwing her dad.
That's a good choice as well. Yeah.
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 Now, Metamorphosis is a doujin that I personally have never also read, Jackson. I checked it out, I checked out bits and pieces of it over the years. However, the actual full-ass doujin of Metamorphosis, I'd never actually read, so this is quite a new experience for me as well here, dude.
Oh, you read it too?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
To make sure that I could also talk to you guys about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I read all of them. Jackson also read all of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're all in this together, Tanner.
Yes, sir.
She had sex with homeless people. That's another thing. So, if you're into that. And the homeless people are really explicitly by the way, I've got STDs.
Yeah, they're we're dirty, we're smelling, we got STDs, and we're going to give them to you.
That's what makes it hot.
I guess so.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Yeah. It's a sad story. Poor Saki.
R.I.P. Saki. Well, I suppose that's been our Dojin section.
Which one did you like the most? What was the most entertaining to you?
Oh, the most entertaining was definitely Zengoku Kyodai Musume Fondu-chan no Eki na Gyaku Sasu.
Yes, sir. Sexy slaughter time.
Now, the question that all of our Dorian fans want to know, though, Tanner, did you jack into any of these?
No, I very purposely, jerked off right before I read all of them.
You coward. Come on.
You're the coward. Did you jack off to Metamorphosis?
I tried. It just wasn't enough for me, though.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
200 pages, man.
Yeah, I had to switch over to the other one, the classroom one or whatever.
Why would you admit to that?
It's a joke, Tanner. I didn't actually.
I know, but like, do you think these Apple Podcast fuckers? Do you think they know how to take jokes?
And we're getting the fucking FBI sent to our house. We're gonna get
Golly, I
slaughtered
hope so.
soon.
I'm very.
They use Apple products. They are the joke. They can't get them.
That's true. Yeah, now that we're on like so many different streaming sites, I'm really excited to see like how different people interpret the show. On all these various platforms.
Interpret.
Yeah. Like the Rumble people obviously are gonna love us, but Apple.
Yeah, the Rumble people, they're down to clown every day of the week.
Yeah, those people over on fucking Rizzle or whatever the fuck that one's called.
Dazzler?
Yeah, Dazzler. You know those people are freaks.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, that's my favorite manga, dude. I jerk off to a different page every single day.
To be fair, that one's just full of copious amounts of content, so I feel like that would be doable.
No comment.
Well, there you have it, guys. That was another 4 dojins for you, Tanner. Are you feeling more like a cultured individual at this point?
Oh, dude, I can feel the culture seeping into my veins, much like heroin, and soon it'll be seeping out of my dick, much like homeless, STD-riddled cum.
How graphic.
Yeah. Speaking of STDs, Tanner, as like a few young single men at this point, have you decided to get back out onto the onto like the grindage at all?
The grindage.
Yeah.
I was for a little bit, like, after I broke up or got broken up, whatever the fucking nomenclature is, when my relationship ended.
After the dumping.
Yeah, but I've decided today. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try really hardcore to just get my life in order, And so I'm done with sex. I'm not gonna be masturbating either. I'm working out. I'm eating better. I'm trying to figure out how to make money.
There you go. You're going full nofap.
Yeah, I was hoping to start going to church today, but I woke up too late, so
that's fair, dude.
that'll
That's
have
fair.
to start later. But yeah, I'm trying to get my life in order,
Are you
There
doing
you
no
go.
poo as well?
Huh?
Are you doing no poo as well?
Yeah, no pooing. It'll have to dissolve and become piss if it wants to come out of me,
True.
That's admirable, Tanner. I'm happy to hear it, pal. Now,
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Now, I have a bit of a story for you guys here, okay? So, Tanner, in your many years of going out, being on the hookup game, did you ever hook up with a fine lady or gentleman who was a bit of a, what's the word, not hypochondriac, fucking germaphobe?
Probably?
Okay.
Actually, yes, I can think of someone specifically now. Yes.
There you go. Happy to hear it, man. Happy to hear it. So the reason I asked this is because about a month ago or so, I was down in the pits. I was in a bad spot. And I just decided, you know what? There's this guy, cute girl talking to me right now. I'm gonna go for it. And you know what? I had my very first hookup experience.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Where are we ranking her out of 10?
What are we ranking here? Like her looks or like
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, gotcha. So I would say she was like a solid 7, I guess.
Okay, that's what I was gonna assume.
Yeah. Why would you just assume that, Tanner? Why would you just
You wouldn't
assume
go any
such a
lower.
I think a
for it.
7's a good number. I think 7 is a solid number to be like, okay, casual sex can and will happen here.
There you go. So the fact that she was Asian also may have played a part in it. I missed out on that during my trip to Japan, so I feel like I had to make up for lost time. So
Was she Japanese or a different one?
she was Korean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Okay.
Jackson is seething with jealousy right now.
I'm pissed off, man. I'm pissed off.
So the reason I bring this up is because there's a fun story to go along with it, you see.
Okay. Who was home when this happened?
I went to her place, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How many people were at her place?
Only her from what I saw. So,
Yeah, the roommates were just sitting there, like, against the wall, ear cupped.
yeah, so I went to her apartment, okay? This was right after I got finished having a job interview, which I ended up getting later that very same week. So,
Nice.
I get to her place. She opens up the door. She's wearing a mask, okay? You know, like a fucking face mask, like we had to wear during COVID or whatever.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
How did this happen then if you're like showing up to her place and she's already there? Like you got her number at work or something and then later on you went over to her place?
No, she didn't work there. I met her off of, like, fucking Tinder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It was right after the job interview. We had set up beforehand. I went over there after that.
Okay.
It was a
So
busy
she was
day
wearing
for
a
her.
mask, guys. Now, this already seems like a tad bit of a red flag. That's a very strange thing.
It is.
Yeah, and then the moment I get in there, she's like, okay, go take a shower now.
What the fuck, dude?
What?
Did you go through with it?
Yes.
What the fuck?
She
He
said she's
needed
very...
that shit, man. He was desperate.
She said she's very sensitive to smells, so I had to go take a shower to wash off any stank or like any cologne or whatever the fuck I was wearing.
By the way, like, this is a sign that this girl has done this a time or two.
I had
yeah.
asked her. Apparently, she had experience with 4 men. That was her body
Okay.
count.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went ahead and I took a shower. The entire time I was in there, I was terrified. I was thinking in my head, someone's gonna fucking open up the door and just like take my clothes, and I'm gonna be left with nothing. They're
Right.
probably gonna like kidnap me or something. But you know what? I'm
Yeah.
in this deep already. I may as well go for it.
Might as well double down, you
Exactly. So I'm not going to go into explicit detail or anything like that. You know, I don't just want to be having a big old conversation about like plowing
Here.
some. Yeah.
Instead of going into explicit detail, let me ask.
Yeah.
Has she contacted you since then?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks, buddy. It was that bad for...
I would assume not. So
He's a stinky guy.
It's like, this fucker, he stinks so bad.
that's not what happened. So eventually,
Did she keep the mask on?
No, she didn't. Eventually,
Okay.
she takes it off once we get to chatting a little bit before the business. And she asked me, okay, like how do you want to start this or whatever? And I'm like, well, normally like making out is usually what I go for. And she's no kissing at all. That's totally off limits.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Only kiss people I love.
At this point, she has taken her mask off though. So what ends up happening is, there's a little bit of foreplay going on. There's a little bit of that happening. But the entire time, she also takes a bunch of, like, fucking, like, wet wipes and, like, wipes my body
Dude,
down.
why did you stick around for this? This is insane.
Because she was a cute Asian girl, man. And I was down bad. I needed something.
Dude, apparently you were, like...
Fucking, before I even, like, eat her out or anything, she also wipes down her vag as well. So...
Dude.
I just got the taste of this fucking, like, sanitizer in my mouth.
My man saw every red flag you could possibly see,
I would have fucking loved
but
if
he's
she whipped up that
red-green
baby wipes.
colorblind.
So, yeah, that was very strange. Beyond that...
Also, I thought you've said previously that you don't eat the poos.
No, I don't eat ass, Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with eating pussy.
Think of how clean her ass would have been, though.
Right? Beyond that, I don't think there was too much else that was super eventful, fortunately. From that point on, it was pretty, like, bog standard shit. when she
pissing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Pissing on me and shit like
Spitting
that.
in her mouth.
Yeah, when she initially got my old schlong out, it wasn't hard yet because we weren't really doing much, and so she kind of had a disappointed look on her face. But then once we got going, baby, then she was having a bit more trouble,
What do you mean?
She was initially just having trouble fitting it in,
Okay.
Yeah. And so it took like a bit of lube to get her in there. And I'm not a particularly hung guy either, so...
yeah, I know you're not.
Exactly. You've seen it, Tanner.
We've all seen it.
It really is shocking that we've never seen any of each other's dicks, even accidentally.
I tried to whip it out the other day, Tanner, but you stopped me.
I'm sorry, man. I thought you were pulling a gun out, to be honest.
No, I'm not packing quite yet. For anyone...
Is your dick a noticeably different color from the rest of your skin?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm black where it counts,
Lighter
Tanner.
or darker?
Did you miss my joke, Tanner? Did you miss it?
I did miss it. Go
said,
ahead and
I'm
repeat
black
it.
where it counts, Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, Jackson?
It's the same fucking color.
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, yeah. I suppose there's not much variation possible, because, it's not like your dick's gonna be darker than the rest of you.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird if it was, to be honest. Yeah, we're normal down there.
I wish that was the way, genetics worked, where it, really is just straight up piecemeal, what part of you is from different parts and whatever, Like you have a biracial kid, and they have, their left arm is just, fucking East African, dark as the night sky, fucking purple, and then their right arm is fucking Belgium, fucking translucent, bottom of the ocean white. That'd be great. That'd be very funny.
That'd be a little silly.
Yeah.
To circle back here real quick, I forgot one thing here. She complimented me a decent bit and told me I have nice tits.
What?
You have nice tits.
Yes, I have nice tits, is what she said.
Did she misspeak? Did you ask her
How
what
good
that
was
meant?
her English?
Her English was decent. There'd just be
Wait, well, okay, hold on. Not American?
No, she was Korean, like I said.
So she's like an exchange?
Obviously,
Yeah,
we
she's
just assumed she was Korean American, buddy.
She's an exchange student from Korea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes the body count much more believable.
Yeah.
And also the germophobia much more explainable.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had she didn't understand some words quite enough, like I said, fucking tits or whatever, and she had no idea what I was talking about. Or no, fucking boobs, that's what it was. I said boobs, and she didn't know what I was talking about. She was like, oh, tits is what you're talking about.
Did she have nice tits?
Yeah, they were pretty good, I guess.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
How tall was she?
Maybe 5'2", I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, she was pretty short.
Would you say she's the hottest person you've had sex with?
No.
Okay. How do you feel post this happening? Do you foresee yourself engaging in the hookup culture much more?
Fuck no, it was god awful. I never want to do that again.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that was a pretty rough experience, but it was also very
was unbelievably awkward. Obviously, I have a significantly higher body count than you. Even I probably only have a handful of experiences that are, equivalent or worse than that.
I mean, once we got down to business, it was fine.
But that's so much up front that you had to mentally process,
help clean up afterwards?
No.
Did she have a protective cover over her bed or something?
She didn't, no.
She's a little funny head around it.
She didn't go, what? How much further could she have taken this before you would have, maybe bounced?
Give you an enema?
I feel like if I heard, anyone else in the home, then I would have.
Okay. Did it seem like she does have roommates?
No, it didn't seem like it. From what she was saying, her fucking family just pays for her to live over here or some shit. I guess she may come from a fairly affluent home.
Well,
should get your
she's
in there,
an
man.
exchange student, so...
Yeah.
You gotta cope with shit like that, man, to make it work.
Yeah,
good.
cope with all that, Jackson? I'll totally do that.
Yes, sir.
Cope. Fuck, I had a question, but now I don't have one, because I forgot it.
Yeah. Ultimately, I just don't think hooking up is for me, my man.
Yeah, you don't strike me. It's unfortunate for you because if it were for you, you'd be very successful. But alas,
Shame, dude, shame. Oh well. Hey, at the end of the day, it's another fun story, I guess.
oh yeah, you're gonna tell that one to your kids, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I
Beware.
totally forget. Are you planning on having kids?
Yes.
That's good. What about you, Jack? Wait, no, I know Jackson is a no.
Yeah, Jackson and I are
Correct.
planning on having kids together.
Okay.
Yeah, with each other.
Yeah. We're gonna adopt if we can.
How many? If you. How many kids are you hoping to have, Nico?
2 or 3, I'd say.
Okay, my goal is 5.
Jesus Christ.
Why
Yeah,
5? What a round
It's gotta be pretty tough. I just think I have a lot of love to give, and like my kids are just gonna be fucking awesome. So why not have a bunch of them?
You should marry a Mormon.
And I need to cancel out these liberals
That's my
to
mindset,
sa-
Tanner. That's my mindset,
trying to
dude.
save the world with not having kids. Fuck you.
Exactly. Like, Tanner, fucking, like, at this point, all of, like, the high-class people or successful folks out there, they're, like, either not having kids or waiting, like, a super long time to have them, you know? Or, like, maybe they'll just have, like, one or some bullshit like that, you know? All these career-driven women, they don't want to have any children. And so what's left, Tanner? What's left? Who in America is having kids at this point? It's the fucking, like...
The religious.
No. It's the
blue
fucking...
collar
I mean,
workers,
yes.
them bricklayers.
It's the fucking swamp people you see at Walmart all the time, okay? They're the only ones having children at this point. They're having a shitload of them because the only things...
And religious people.
They're only things that they can do, Tanner, is fuck, okay? They're just plowing all the time because they can't afford, like, any, they can't afford
They can't
cable or
afford
whatever.
Netflix, so they have to have sex.
Exactly.
You know?
It's all they do. So I have to balance it out. I feel like it's my... You know, it's simply what I have to do in order to make sure that we have some non-swamp people out there.
See, we're coming at this from opposite directions. I'm trying to cancel out the elitists who are not having children, you know? It's like the same reason why I eat so much meat. It's so that I can know in my heart that I'm canceling out at least 2 or 3 vegans out there.
There you go.
It's also why I don't recycle. So I can know that I'm canceling out a couple of recyclers out there.
Well, I mean, I
Man's
don't...
I'm
dedicated
the
to his
yang.
craft.
I am a societal yang to so many yins.
Well, I personally don't recycle because I understand that basically all of it just goes to a landfill anyway, so, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But you do recycle cardboard.
I do recycle. I lied. But, like, I'm not that big of a stickler for it. If I'm like, well, I don't care enough to, like, look up if this thing is recyclable or not, I'm just throwing it away.
Aren't there
Sam,
usually
they-
symbols on everything?
Not
though?
always.
Sometimes too, like I'll be at like my parents' house. My parents are fucking super hard on recycling.
Your parents are fucking hippies, so
They totally are. They're absolutely hippies. My dad loves Grateful Dead. But yeah, no. Every time I go to throw something away, my mom's like, no, you got to recycle that. I'm like, okay, sure. And then like every once in a while, I'll like check on it. I'm like, okay, this has a recycle symbol. So I'll go and throw it in the recycling, and then she'll call me. I'm like, that's supposed to be in the fucking trash. I'm like, what do you fucking mean, woman? What do
there
you
are
want
no
from
rules
me?
with it. They just make this shit up, man.
Yeah.
Nico,
Yes.
getting back to our previous conversation real quick. Let's say hypothetically, an 8 out of 10
Yeah.
is like, hey, wanna hook up? Do you go for it?
No.
Okay. A man of consistency.
I mean, look, dude, I just feel like I
Hold
need...
on. A 9 out of 10.
I ultimately just feel like, Tanner, I need to have, like, a connection, you know? Because, like, otherwise, it just overall made the sex feel very meaningless, like, even in the moment.
It is meaningless.
Exactly.
Let's say Zendaya lands in your backyard in a golden helicopter and she says, hey, I need to fuck now. Will you do me?
I mean, at that point, it's just a fun story, okay? Like, that's Zendaya there.
Factual. Who's your biggest female celebrity crush, Nico?
Victoria Justice.
Okay. That's an interesting choice, I guess.
She's so hot.
That's fair enough, I guess.
I
Yeah.
like the cheekbones.
Well, I appreciated this story, Nico, and I can't wait for Jackson to eventually have his own hookup story that he can tell.
He does.
And I won't tell.
Already?
He won't tell it, though. It didn't actually happen. It's a farce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, when he does have one that actually happened.
It was fabricated.
It was a myth. It's that fucking, whatever that TV show is of that guy being like, false, fake, not true.
Yeah.
You thought so? Yeah, whatever. I don't even know what that's from. I've just seen the fucking meme of every single episode of whatever he says where he's saying, like, nah, this is bullshit.
I think it's called, like, fucking fact or fiction or some bullshit like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a myth. It's not true.
Yeah.
He's got great presentation. We should get that guy on the podcast. Do you think we could track that guy down?
I feel like we just need to find anyone for the podcast, honestly.
That's true. If we, never mind. I'll leave that for off-air drama, But
someday, we're gonna find another person, okay? We're gonna find somebody to
Is
finally
Blake
be
not
a guest
enough?
on the show.
we're going to find somebody to lean on, I tell you what.
Yeah. Speaking of leaning on, how about we lean on our old mainstay, Guapish at the movies?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I was freestyling something, man.
There.
Don't hate on the man too hard. He's like bearing his
I
soul
thought he was-
over here to us.
I thought he was trying to, like, replicate something. I was picking up
It
any
was
patterns.
it was that little song that plays during like the 21st century logo. Yeah, something like that. Nico, what did we watch this week?
Well, some bullshit.
True.
Some bullshit.
Yeah, some
Bullshit.
bullshit. I hated all these movies. None of them were very good. Jesus Christ, who recommended these ones? So first up here on the docket, I do believe that we watched a little movie that most of you may not have heard of. It's a little something called Spiderwick Chronicles, okay? It was kind of a big deal when it came out.
And do you know why it was a big deal, Nico?
It's based on a book.
Not just that. It was the first movie I ever saw with blood in it.
Holy shit!
Wow. Why do you
Maybe-
know that?
That's how big of an impression it left on me, I guess.
I see.
Honestly, maybe me too. I can't really tell you exactly though. Like, I was fucking shocked when they had blood in this movie. I was not expecting it at all.
Yeah, like surprisingly gory with like the fucking slash marks and stuff in some of the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the way the goblins fucking dissolve
Oh yeah.
reminds me of that giant fucking porn.
Yeah, exactly.
A 2008 film. I'm pretty sure I saw it in theaters too, so I would have been like 9.
I guess if it was like that late, I had probably like in passing seen movies like fucking Jaws or some bullshit that had blood in it. But like a movie I actually sat down and watched, then yeah. Well, actually, hang on a second here, Tanner. Finding Nemo has blood in it.
I mean like real fake blood.
On a real
What
life
is this
human being, not a
movie?
fish.
What is this movie even rated?
I'm pretty sure it's rated
Games.
R.
Why is that? I don't think that's true. Why is that just not readily available information on here?
I don't know.
I'm on IMDb. Why do they not have the rating like right there in the front page? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's PG.
Holy shit.
So yeah,
How'd
I
you get away
definitely
with
saw
that?
this in theaters.
Yeah. So anyway, Jackson, you chose this movie. Why don't you tell us a little bit about her?
Oh gosh. So like the plot synopsis?
Just
Or why I picked
anything,
it.
man. Just tell us
Anything?
about
Like,
the
Whatever
I
you
guess-
want to tell us about it.
Yeah, I picked this movie originally because I had read all of the books previously, and I really just wanted to see the movie. I don't think I've ever actually seen this movie after watching it. I've only read the books. I also don't remember anything about the books either, so that didn't help anything. It was basically just like one scene that I wanted to see, and it wasn't it. It wasn't in the movie. I also don't know if that scene was even in the books at this point. I'm kind of tempted to go and read like the first book again just to make sure that I'm not fucking crazy.
What
Yeah,
scene
basically-
was it?
It's like the kids, they get into their new house and there's like some like room in the attic where there's like chocolates hidden around. They have to like solve puzzles to help them kind of like learn more about stuff. I think was how they found the book and like the secret room in the actual book and not the movie. In the movie, they just fucking start poking a wall because there's some fucking thing running around it, and then they break a hole in like a dumbwaiter, in which they go up into the secret room from there, and then that's when everything starts happening. But yeah, basically, family moves out from New York into the countryside because they're fucking poor, because like their house was like given to them for free. Kid finds that aforementioned book in the attic. It unleashes great danger upon them because they take it outside and some fucking goblins that are outside want it because they'll like rule the world or something if they get their hands on it. One of these fucking brothers gets taken. That's how he learns about the big bad guys. And then hilarity ensues, frankly.
Hilarity, including, fun fact for you guys, Redcap, the Redcap Goblin in this film, is voiced by Robin Williams.
Redcap?
Yeah.
The one with the hat, the pirate hat.
Yeah.
I called him Pirate Goblin the whole time.
He's a Redcap, which is it's a very common sort of like trait for goblins to have in mythology, you know?
Did we actually have Robin Williams in every single fucking movie we watched this week?
No. But it would have been
lie.
funny if he was in this movie.
I was gonna say there's no way that's true. It did take
I was
me, like,
kind of
halfway
hoping
into
that
it.
was somehow true.
Yeah, but yeah, there's like a big battle at the end when like the goblins get a piece of the page and they go and have like the power to invade like the seal around the house, and then the fucking
Pretty
bad guy,
lucky of them to get that specific page.
Yeah, right? How convenient for them, frankly.
Also, why did Spiderwick write that information down?
Because he was writing everything down, man. It's the tome of forbidden knowledge.
I guess, but he's like, here's how you specifically defeat this protective circle I made.
Yeah, exactly. There's the only way. I mean, his instructions were to never let the book leave the house. So if it never left the house, then I guess it's not a big deal. I don't know why you'd need that knowledge, though. Like, why would you ever want to go out of your way to remove the protective barrier around the house?
I guess if you want to let more creepy croblins in.
Yeah, I guess so. Speaking of the creepy croblins, I actually really like the monster designs in these movies. The CG was okay for its time, but I liked that the monsters weren't just like super derivative of what you'd expect like a goblin or whatever the fuck to be. They're all like pretty unique, and I appreciated that a lot.
Yeah, very amphibious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like little froggies. I just want one as a pet.
Now, getting into the villains, by the way, what do you guys think of the main threat here? The Ogre-Steen, as they call him.
I don't think they build him up very well. They really allude to him being like super powerful and having like, if he gets this knowledge, he's gonna fucking really mess shit up. But we don't really know how he'd do this or like any examples, so I didn't really feel like any sense of urgency about any of this at all.
Yeah, like why does he need the book? What does that do for him?
Yeah, what in the book specifically helps him?
Yeah, the implication is just that, like the same way that the book says, oh, tomato paste can fucking dissolve goblins, I guess he just has written down these like various poisons and weaknesses that every creature has.
Yeah, he's gonna poison the well for us.
Yeah, but like the ogre seems fairly capable of just killing everything himself without needing like special weaknesses for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he got trumped by children, in fairness. Also, like they have like these plans of like taking over tons of stuff. They have like barely any goblins at all. Like their army is pitifully small. There's like a replication bullshit in there somewhere that makes them so they're not just going to get fucking wiped out by a single cruise missile. Who knows?
Well, they'd be invisible to the humans is the one advantage they get there.
Yeah, they're like invisible to humans, so why have they not like tried to conquer anything else? They're just fucking milling around this old house.
Yeah, they want that
Who
book.
knows? They need that book, dude.
Yeah.
The little fairies, I will say though, those fairies who just like fucking screech, I thought those were really cool.
Yeah, I really like the idea of those, so they're just like completely distorting your perception of time and kind of just like leaving you in a trance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing relating to those fairies actually, and mostly just with the like the garden area that the guy was on. I'm not like 100% sold on this from the books because again it's been a while since I read them. But I remember from the books when the guy that was sent to that area, the fucking original Spiderwick or whatever.
Yeah, Spiderwick Prime.
Yeah, exactly. He came back to like help them or something with the big bad guy, and then he fucking turned to fucking dust because his like all the age caught up to him, and he just like basically vaporized. But in the movie, his daughter just turns back to a child and just goes
Why
live
the
in
fuck
happily
did she
ever
turn
after
into a
land.
child? By the way,
Yeah,
Is she still mentally 80 as well?
probably.
I guess. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, or they don't explain that. I guess it's just like, we want a happy ending for him, There's too much violence in this movie.
Yeah, the moment she said, "Let me come with you," I fucking yelled at the screen, I swear to God, if she turns into a child. And Dylan looked at me and was like, well, why would that happen? That doesn't make
And
any
she
sense.
did.
And sure enough,
And show enough.
Yeah. The
What a
big
shitty
bad
ending.
just getting eaten well, as he turned into a bird was pretty fucking goofy for me as well. I was like, that's really
I thought it was
anticlimactic.
funny. I liked that part.
That
That
was
was
the-
a little silly, but for like the big bad guy getting taken out in such a comedic way is like, I don't know. It didn't really fit the theme of the movie a ton for me. It felt kind of out of place.
That was
I was like,
the
that's
only.
really anticlimactic.
That was the only thing about the movie that I remembered at all. But like Jackson, they build it up so much. Like literally all
He
that
eats
little
birds.
fucking pig dude is doing the whole movie is going around eating birds. And like we see the bad guy turn to a bird a couple of times. So like
I don't fucking care. It's not going to change the fact that I still thought it was goofy. Like I
it
know all
is
of this-
goofy, but I don't think it comes out of nowhere. I feel like they build up
Regardless.
to it fairly well.
I still think it's an anticlimactic way of ending all.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if they like used some knowledge from the book or something to like cast a spell or like make some concoction specifically that can take him down. I think that would have been a better way of doing it, you know. But that's just me.
But then Hogstein never gets his comeuppance.
Who fucking cares? You're just some comic relief character.
I liked him.
You only liked him because he's voiced by Joe Rogan.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally true, of course. What are the odds I saw 2 movies with Robin Williams and 2 movies with Seth Rogen in them this week?
100%.
Oh.
Yeah, Seth Rogen was a background character in Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Speaking of which, guys, do we have any final thoughts on Spider-Man Chronicles at all?
No, I think it's a fun little fantasy romp, and I kind of like that they do take this more violent approach, even though it's like ostensibly a children's film.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Jackson? Is that about everything for you?
Oh gosh, I thought this movie was pretty goofy overall. The motivations for a lot of the characters' actions kind of seemed mostly for like driving the plot rather than being like rational choices. Wasn't a huge fan of it overall.
Not a huge
So yeah, I
fan.
guess I'll kick off the rankings here with a C minus. I think a below average film, slightly below average.
Okay. I think the most direct comparison this one has is to Bridge to Terabithia, and I like this one more, so I'm giving it one spot above it at a B+.
Plus, there we go. That's actually my direct comparison as well. I think it's about the same tier of movie as Bridge to Terabithia, to be completely honest with you. And I rate that one a C minus.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. I definitely place it about Bridge of Terabithia level. Yeah, I'll just rank it as the same thing I ranked that. C tier.
C tier. Alright, and
Okay.
Dylan rated it a B tier, which puts it at a B minus overall.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
since...
Which also puts it at the same tier as Bridge of Terabithia.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Funny how things work out like that.
Right?
Speaking of working out,
None of these other movies had to do with working out, Tanner.
they mentioned working out in Good Will Hunting.
I guess so. But I don't want to talk about that one right now. Let's talk about Good Morning Vietnam first.
Okay.
Good Morning Vietnam, guys. So this
Yeah,
is... Go.
I was just going to say, to start off, can we each give our best Good Morning Vietnam?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I guess I'll go first then. Let me just channel the mind of Robin Williams. Does
Yeah.
anyone have a rope?
Too soon, man.
How long
he kill
ago did he...
Yes.
No way.
You would have liked that joke, though, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, here I go. So let's give it a little Good Morning Vietnam. Something like that.
Yeah. Jackson, how about you?
Good morning, Vietnam!
That was pretty good. Pretty
Alright.
good.
Good Morning Vietnam!
That was definitely the worst out of us three.
Yeah, that's fair.
Brutal.
So we watched
Anyway,
Good
speaking
Morning
of
Vietnam
hanging-
this week, guys. Good Morning Vietnam. It's a movie about Robin Williams going over to Vietnam, believe it or not. He has to do a radio show in the morning.
What?
Huh? This guy...
And also at 4 p.m.?
Right?
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? This
Poor
guy
guy.
got yellow fever, and he got it hard, okay?
He was so down bad, dude.
Like, the moment they got to this country, he was already thirsting after these women, trying to chase them down, much like how I told Jackson to do every time we pass a cute lady on the street.
True.
Understandably so. How often are you guys out walking around in public?
Oh, constantly, man. We're looking for them fresh young honeys basically every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
We
Always
moved this
on the
area
prowl.
specifically for that reason.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right. Jackson, back in the day before he moved out here, he was constantly, patrolling around on like Bumble and Tinder and shit. And he noticed something peculiar, that a lot of the Asian women tend to live over in this area, which is why he decided that we should maybe hop on over here as well.
That's not true. Is that true? Are you that much of a fucking degenerate?
No, I mean, I made the observation that I saw, like, basically every single Asian chick I saw lived in, like, the exact same town, but we just happened to, find a place out here. That was nice. We're kind of looking for everywhere.
I don't believe that for a fucking second.
It's still like a 20-minute drive to where the Asian girls actually are.
Okay.
Mind you.
Okay, if you say so.
I feel like we're setting a pretty Brad precedent in this episode. I gotta
Brad precedent.
Yeah, Brad precedent. We should maybe make like a full-on apology video at some point to the Asian community, but and
all we've done is say they're hot.
I'm sorry, your women are so attractive.
That's fair, okay? Fine, no apologies. If you want us to, like, actually, like, stop this fucking degeneracy, have less attractive women, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say the hottest woman I've ever hooked up with was Chinese, so...
Oh. Ni hao.
Speaking of Chinese.
Yeah. So, I think that the best place to start off with in this film is that, that little fucking Vietnamese guy is pretty horny, ain't he? The guy running the bar, what's his deal?
Oh yeah, the gay guy. Back when you could put
time,
degenerate gay people in movies.
Yeah.
He just wanted to bump some GIs.
Yeah, man. He needed those naked pictures of like their calves and shit.
Yeah.
Related to that, I wrote one of my notes I wrote down was this is the first anti-woke movie. Because, like, a lot of the plot is them, like, making fun of people that are like, dude, you can't fucking say that. That's not funny. They literally say that at some point in the movie.
That's true.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Speaking of which, though, I think they're right, though. I think that my biggest complaint about this film is that, I just don't really find anything things Robin Williams does on the radio very funny at all. Like, they keep telling us that he's really funny. Not really. Like,
I guess let me bring up my next thing. What's your favorite joke from this movie? For example, my favorite joke was, I know we can't call them dykes anymore. You can't even say lesbians. It's women in comfortable shoes.
That one was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought that was decent, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I like this movie a lot more than, like, the surface level comedy. The comedy was not the reason I actually liked this movie that much. I definitely wasn't super into the radio talk show stuff at first. But yeah, around, like, I don't know, quarter of the way through the movie, I actually started enjoying the radio talk scenes a lot more. It started picking up pace a decent amount for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I found the character dramas overall like the most interesting part. Just like him growing closer to the Vietnamese people, particularly this young student of his. I thought that was pretty sweet. And then he slowly realized over time, oh shit, this guy's a fucking terrorist.
How do you say slowly realized over time?
Yeah,
like
he kind of realized that at one
immediately.
In one fell swoop, he realizes, oh shit, he realizes this guy's a terrorist. Oh shit! And I feel like that created a lot of great drama, the likes of which we haven't really seen in any of the films that we've watched thus far. And just like everything with Richard Nixon, particularly, I really liked. I feel like he should have appeared maybe a little more in the film, but what little we got of him was really memorable.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't expect this movie to be such like a striking commentary on war, honestly. I was definitely going into this more as like, this is going to be like some silly comedy movie. But it was definitely, at least from my perspective, a lot more of like a commentary on war and the people affected by it, which I really enjoyed. I'm a big fan of this type of flick. Like when they were, interchanging like Vietnamese life, they're really trying to ingrain what's going on, and they're like flashing back to fucking the U.S. troops and stuff setting up shop there. That talks about like importing tons and tons more people, and then the big emotional scene when the terrorist kid's giving his speech about his opinion on all of this. I thought it was all very well done, frankly. and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, now Tanner, as a big warmonger yourself, how did you feel about the general commentary of this film?
I mean, yeah, obviously having your country occupied fucking sucks.
But at the same time, we had to chase them commies out, right? Is
Yeah,
that
we
what you're
had to
thinking?
stop the communists, of course. Because, like, being occupied by the communists was going to be so much worse.
About what I expected from Tanner Nikolai. So yeah, overall...
What did you guys think of those French Vietnamese girls? Were they hot?
No.
No.
What? I may or may not be looking at more pictures of French Vietnamese women right now.
I think they had nice bodies but ugly faces.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm about in the same camp as that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When did we figure out the age of the chick that Robert Williams was trying to hit on constantly? She looks like she could be in, like, the early 20s, but she could also be, like, in high school still. We don't know.
Yeah. That does make it a little bit dicey.
Yeah.
That is what I was thinking the entire fucking time he was, like, taking her out to places and shows. Like, wow, he really does just look like a predator here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like some fucking old man hitting up some young-ass girl. Some foreign girl, like, barely speaks his language. Yeah, I thought the scene of, like, he goes to, like, go on a date with her and her entire fucking family's there was hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
I'm curious if that's something that actually happens. Maybe it happened back in the 80s, I don't know. I'm sure it's not as much of a cultural thing anymore, but yeah, that'd be pretty funny to go over on vacation in Vietnam, go on a date with a girl for like a random fling thing, the whole fucking family's there. Take her out to a movie.
I mean, hey, it's a thing now here in the United States, Jackson. White women will have like their groups of friends come and like judge you on your first date.
That's totally different. They're just trying to get your fucking food money.
That's fair, dude. Alright, so boys, Tanner, stop fucking looking at the French Vietnamese women already, okay? Do you have any...
I'm sorry, they're so hot.
Do you have any closing thoughts on this film?
Oh, so one thing for me is, like, it just kind of ends, you know? Like, there isn't much finality to this movie, or, like...
Because the war's still going on. I think it's an allegory for it.
Yeah, I get that's fair enough. But yeah, it just kind of finishes up and then fades to black, you know?
What, did he want his, like, plane to explode as he was leaving or something, Tanner?
Yeah, sure, or like even to resolve the whole, like, he was friends with a Viet Cong at all.
I like that they don't show the Viet Cong getting executed. I'm a big fan of that. I didn't want to see that guy get killed. You know, he was just doing what he thought was right.
Yeah. He probably died, more than likely.
He most likely got fucking shot, but, you know...
Yeah, his entire family may have died as well, you know?
Yeah, they probably got publicly executed.
Yeah.
Listen, man, better dead than red, you know?
I guess so.
One standout scene to me personally was when Robin Williams was chatting with all the army dudes as they were, just stopped in their trucks. I feel like, that was pretty sweet, okay? That was a very touching moment where you got to see all the looks on their faces and to see how he's been inspiring them to keep going, How he's just like, a little breath of normalcy in their days out there.
Yeah. Something I liked, I found kind of interesting was when he does confront his friend. He says something along the lines of like we're doing what's best for your people or it's something like that. I'm like, okay, so even though like Robin Williams' whole character is being kind of a subversive, he's playing like hippie music and shit like this, and he's like, he's not like super bought into the whole military ethos or whatever. He still believes that they're there doing good.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically just saying what he's been told. He just got there. I'm sure he's not, like, incredibly familiar with everything.
Yeah, but I feel like he's also been characterized by, like, not particularly listening to authority,
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, I think the cinematography, that's another thing I actually really liked about this movie. My final closing thought on it, I thought it was pretty well done. I liked a really large amount of the shots in it. I thought a lot of them were pretty creative. Especially like the ones that took place inside the actual recording booth. I think they did a really cool job with the windows and stuff and how they were portraying everything with that.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. And the set design as well. Like, they really made me feel as though we were in, like, the jungles of Vietnam in this film.
Yeah, when we're in fact just in Cambodia.
Yeah. Alright, so Jackson, with this, what kind of rating do you think you'll be giving this film?
Me first again, hoo-wee. I'm feeling special today. This one I'm giving a solid S tier right there on the bat.
The rare S tier.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I think the commentary it did was really good. I think the cinematography was really good. I thought the acting was really good. I don't have a lot of complaints about it, to be completely honest. Other than just they start being a little bit slow, and you know, it's an older movie, so there are some like sound issues and stuff. Like what the way we were watching it, for some reason, if something loud was happening, it was really fucking loud. Like it was peaking like crazy. So like when the printers were going up, it was so ridiculously loud. Like we were just getting ear raped. But I'm imagining that's probably more of like an issue of the thing I legally downloaded onto my computer from a legal source, rather than it being.
Stop blaming the sites, Jackson. Blame the movie.
I'm sure it wasn't a problem in theaters.
It was their poor sound mixing that did it.
Of course.
Maybe. Anyways, Nico, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I really like this movie as well, Jackson. I thought it was quite good. Really, my biggest problem with it is they keep telling us that Robin Williams is so funny. Oh ho 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 ho! He's doing such a good job. Oh ho ho! He's so hilarious. I'm just busting a gut at the guy, but I didn't find him funny at all. That said, I still think it was very good, well done film. I'm gonna give it an A+.
I think you're just jaded, Nico.
Jaded.
Honestly, this is like one of those movies actually where I could say that I don't even know if I take that as a valid complaint, because clearly everybody in the movie thinks he's fucking hilarious. I actually thought he was pretty funny for the most part, but like they're super into him. His whole goal is to like improve the lives of these soldiers and like, you know, make them want to like keep going and stuff, boost morale, and he's doing his job. Even if you can't like see the comedy, maybe at least his like the performances he was putting on, I think were quite impressive. How quick he was like rattling stuff off.
Factual. And it's funny that Nico says A+, because Dylan also gave it an A+, and I'm also giving it an A+.
There we go.
Holy smokes, an A+ sweep this week.
Yeah. Did we say what Dylan gave Spiderwick Chronicles, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I'll say it again, it's a fucking B. He gave it a B.
Okay.
And Good Morning Vietnam averages out to an S-. Kick rocks, boys. It's still S tier.
3 A+ and an S makes it an S-?
Guess so.
That doesn't.
I'm not doing this.
Checks out.
I'm not doing this math manually, bro. It definitely biases towards rounding up. It was probably like right on the edge of like the 0.5.
Okay.
You're welcome to do the math yourself, man. Yeah,
maybe I will, huh?
That ties it right there with.
That's going to be easy. That's easy math to do right there.
Yeah.
That's a 5 divided by 4. That's 1.
He's doing it. Look at him go.
Yeah.
That's like 1.2 something. It's like rounding up at something under a 0.5.
Little did we know it weighs Jackson's votes more heavily.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah, no, I've got bias.
Yeah.
My votes are worth 2 times.
Alright, so, with one Robin Williams film out of the way, let's hop on over to the other one, which is Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Good Will Hunting is a film about a man named Will Hunting, and he's trying to do good, because currently, he is kind of bad.
He's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy. He gets out of his car and beats people up for no reason, okay? He fucking goes around as a janitor, and that's bad, okay? We can't have janitors in this world.
We can't have that.
If we had too many janitors, the world would be a little too clean, and we need a little bit of bacteria so we can remain just a tad exposed, because otherwise, if we're too clean, then like the slightest amount of bacteria will kill us.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Nico, just so that we don't have to do this later in this review, can I just open the floor up for just a brief amount of time for you to rant about how hot the main girl was?
She wasn't.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she wasn't hot.
Huh?
She seemed like an average person.
Brother, what are you talking about?
Like,
She's
maybe
exactly
not,
your type.
Like, maybe not average, like a little above average, but like, she wasn't very hot.
What the
fuck? She was. I just wasn't into her. Okay.
He doesn't like women that are smarter than him.
That's not true. Her being British was really the biggest detractor for me. But
I thought she was Australian.
No, she was like British.
You don't know.
Jackson, what do you think? Was she British or Australian?
Wasn't her name Skyla? That's a very Australian name.
She sounded far more British than Australian to me.
You guys don't know what you're talking about.
Also,
I'm looking
Tanner,
it up right now, but go ahead and move on.
I just did the math. I just did the monster math on the ranking here for fucking Good Morning Vietnam.
I did the math. What math are you doing?
I'm doing the correct math, bozo. So A plus equals a 15 on the point system, right? S is a 17. There are 3 A pluses, which is 45, plus a 17, 62, minus 4 is 15.5, which rounds up to S minus.
Wait. Why are you minusing 4?
I'm not minusing 4, I'm dividing by 4.
You just said minus 4, but
I said divide by 4. It's 45,
you did not.
Which is the 3 15s.
You
plus
did.
7.
Hold on,
I posted
Nico.
the fucking work, bro. I posted the work. Look at my work.
I know. I'm saying the word you said was minus 4.
If I misspoke, then I misspoke. But if I did, then I meant to say divide. But I could have sworn I said divide. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's a 15.5, which is S minus.
Okay.
The math
if you say
stays
so.
solid.
How did I do my math wrong then?
Because you weren't fucking using the point system.
Oh wait, I see how I did it wrong. Wait, do I? See, well, all I did was I just eliminated all the other tiers. Had A plus equal 1, and then S equal 3. Oh, so no, I did divide by 5, or 5, it should be 6. 2, 0. Oh, 1.5. Okay, you right.
Anyways, back to Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, so back to Good Will Hunting. I looked it up. She is indeed British, Tanner. But another
Crazy.
little fun fact for you. Apparently, when she was like auditioning for the role or some shit, she was initially told that she was not hot enough for the part.
That's funny.
Yeah, but she was later ended up getting it anyway for some reason, which I'm not going to read any more of this article to find out. But yeah. There's a fun little fact for you about Good Will Hunting. So, aside from that, Tanner, I just think this film was... Yeah, go on.
You know something I find kind of pretty interesting about this movie?
Oh.
It was actually written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Like, they're the ones who wrote this fucking thing, which I find frankly impressive.
Was Ben Affleck even in this film?
He's the main best friend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the guy with the swoop hair, and he has the cut on his face for most of it.
Yeah.
You didn't recognize him?
I'm gonna be honest. Trying to picture Ben Affleck in my mind right now, I don't really know what he looks like.
Let me pull up a Ben Affleck.
For the most part, I'm thinking of the bird. You know, the duck.
Yeah, the Affleck duck.
Yeah, the Affleck duck. I think
it's more of a goose, but whatever.
That's 100% duck. What are you talking about? It's not a fucking goose.
Yeah, what? How is it a duck? It's white. It's got the long neck.
Yeah, that's like a fucking
It's a
duck.
goose. That's not what ducks look like. I've never seen a pure white duck before.
I mean, it's not. It's just the American pekin. It looks like that's the type of breed of duck it is. It's a very common duck, dude.
I'm pretty sure it's a goose.
It is a duck. No, not all fucking ducks look like mallards or whatever the fuck.
Most ducks do.
No, they don't. Like, most of them in Oregon, yes, because it's a common type of duck here, but, like, there are lots of types, including many that look like they're just fucking white.
All I'm getting is a bunch of news articles about Ben Affleck telling a story about the basketball player Larry Bird.
I see.
Anyway.
That's pretty fun.
Getting back into the movie.
So, big question for you boys. Did this film make you cry at all?
No.
I got a little close there, honestly, at that the scene where his friend was going up to get him at the very end and pick him up, and he wasn't there. I thought that was very touching.
I got pretty close as well a couple of times. For me, it was when Will was telling his girlfriend he doesn't love her during that scene. That was very emotionally charged. As well as when our boy Robin Williams, who's also in this film, was telling Will that it's not his fault. You know, all the abuse and shit that he suffered from. It's not his fault.
Did you guys find it weird that Matt Damon told Robin Williams that he was going to California, but he didn't tell his friends?
No, not
his
at
friends
all.
would understand.
Yeah.
You didn't find that weird at all?
No, because, like, fucking, his best friend was telling him, earlier in the film that like, yeah, I just hope that at some point I come up to your door and I knock on it and I just never hear from you again, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He wants him to succeed so much that he's totally fine. Just like he realizes pretty early on that they're in like totally different world, like holding him back.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, the character himself doesn't want to lose that.
I kind of like the way this movie portrays their friendship. It kind of shows that like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, who wrote this movie, they kind of do. I'm guessing they must have come from working class backgrounds because they seem to really get what that sort of atmosphere is like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely felt like a lot of the friendships I had in like high school and like early middle school, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jackson's looking back on a lot of those people he used to know, and he's like, damn, all these fucking working class people. I succeeded where they failed. They're dead to me now. I don't talk to any of those guys anymore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I do like how this movie kind of touches on themes of like elitism and then like academia versus the working class and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I found that pretty interesting.
Now, this is our first real character drama, Tanner. How'd you feel about that kind of stuff? Because you don't really strike me as the kind of individual who'd be super into that kind of film.
I'm typically not. I liked this one, and it might specifically be because of the subject matter. I found Will to be a likable character, and you want him to succeed and whatever. I didn't like the professor too much. He seemed like an asshole, and I didn't like him at all. Obviously, the therapist I like a good deal.
Yeah, good old Robin Williams.
But yeah, I mean, is Holes not a character drama?
Not really. It's an action adventure film.
Joker's a character drama.
That's true.
That is true. We forgot about that one.
Yeah, we did. Another S-tier movie.
Parasite is a character drama. I will say we rate character dramas pretty highly for not watching them much.
They're just so good, man. It says something.
I suppose so.
It says something about the quality of the genre, Or maybe just the quality of the ones that rise to the top that we end up watching. I'm sure there are a lot of shitty ones out there as well.
Probably.
Now, one thing I will say about this movie, I really didn't know a ton about it going into it, Basically, all I knew about it was the one scene from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie's comparing himself to Will, okay? And Mac needs to remind Charlie that Will in the film Good Will Hunting is like a super genius who hides out as a janitor, whereas Charlie is an actual janitor who fucking huffs paint, okay? And I feel like they could have used a character in this film who huffs paint, personally.
Yeah, I did notice.
Guy that jacked off into a baseball mitt.
He probably does huff paint. You're right, Jackson. Yeah, I personally don't have too much more to say about this film. What about you guys?
I thought it was so cute. I really liked it. I thought it was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was a sweet little film.
Yeah, we really got a good breadth of Robin Williams' fucking, like, full catalog with these last couple of weeks, We got him his goofy side, his playful side in Jumanji. And then with these other two films, we got a little bit more serious, particularly in Good Will Hunting. He's definitely like full on stretching his creative juices as an actor, Yeah.
I agree.
You're so right.
I respect Robin Williams a lot more. I didn't know the guy existed previously.
Yeah, Jackson fucking watched. When we were watching Good Morning Vietnam, I had to inform Jackson that he voices the genie in Aladdin, which he was unaware of, and we had already watched Aladdin previously.
That's true.
Funny.
And then fucking, what even was it? It was one of the. It was either Jumanji, Good Morning Vietnam, or Good Will Hunting. I think it may have been fucking Good Morning Vietnam. It was like, oh, this is the same guy from Jumanji.
Yeah. Yeah, it was indeed Good Morning Vietnam.
Good. I guess, Jackson, can you explain to me who Robin Williams is?
He's an actor who hung himself, I suppose.
Are those is that the only pieces of information you really have now?
Yeah, to be honest, before this, whenever I heard Robin Williams, I thought he was like a music singer. Because I remember I don't even know, was he in some like famous music video or something? Like,
I don't think so.
Last,
I think you might be thinking of John Williams, the guy who does the Star Wars soundtracks.
No, this is like, I'm thinking of some person that sounds similar from some like generic pop song, honestly. But it's probably something Williams. I'm just getting it mixed up.
I think I know who you're
don't
talking
know.
about. I don't know his first name though. He's some black dude. It's like Corell Williams or some bullshit.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the main
Like an artist.
the main thing I was just going to add on to that is he was a comedian primarily
I'm
who
just
also
learning
did
this now.
acting. Yeah.
You didn't think he was a funny guy in Good Will Hunting, Jackson? You didn't think it was funny at all?
No, he had some funny moments, but he wasn't like trying to be funny.
Okay.
I like the part where he fucking almost kills Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like
chokes him out
that
against
like
the wall.
that yeah, dude, that grip he had on him looked like real.
Yeah, he had some old man strength behind that one.
Yeah. I guess what are we rating this one, boys?
All right, so I'll go first up here, guys. To be perfectly honest with you, I think this is like perhaps like one of the best, if not the best film we've watched thus far. I'm giving this an S+.
Wow.
Holy smokes!
Jackson, what are you giving it?
I'm giving it an S-.
Wow.
Tanner's giving it a
Dylan's
D.
giving it an S. I will say I was not nearly as blown away as you guys. I'm giving it an A. I actually liked Good Morning Vietnam more than this one.
I also like Good Morning Vietnam more than this one. I think the biggest problem with this one is it kind of like lags through the midway section for me a little bit, which isn't like that big of a complaint. It definitely feels like a pretty long movie. I
will say it may partially be my fault. I wasn't paying the closest attention to this movie. I was doing a couple other things at the same time. Like at one point, when the girlfriend leaves for California, I didn't catch that conversation really, and so I like wrote down. Not gonna lie, I zoned out on this one. What happened to the girl? And then like a scene later, the ending happened where the guy reads the note. I'm like, oh okay, that's what happened.
Come on, man, come on. You're not giving the movie the respect it deserves, dude.
I suppose not, and that's my fault.
Anyways, our fifth rating here comes from Tanichi, the person that recommended us watching the movie, outside of the patron that also recommended us watching the movie. And he gave it an A+, surprisingly, even though he said it was really good and good enough that he wanted to like watch it with us.
That's shocking.
Didn't he say it's like the best movie he's ever seen?
So I don't know, man. He thought Parasite was better than it. This is why he's not a regular on the podcast with the movie rankings.
Yeah, he's a wacky guy.
Silly little goose.
Well,
Anyway, the
final?
actual rating that Dylan gave it as well was an S. We never said him. Oopsies.
I said him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed it. Anyway, that averages out to an S- as well.
No, damn.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 2 more S- this move.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Well,
both fairly well deserved.
Now we get to our movie selections.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like to go first because, frankly, I think we watched too many good movies this week. So I decided I wanted to pick a bad movie for us to watch. And so the movie I am selecting, and I need to check the year on this just so I have it right. Hey.
Yeah, it's a Serbian film.
It's not Serbian, actually. It is the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
I have a story about this
inspired
movie,
choice.
but I'm going to save that for the
have you
next
seen it
episode.
already?
I have actually seen this movie before.
I have not
I
seen
saw it when it came out.
Oh, no.
Why'd
Yeah.
you do that? I guess we'll save that for the
That's
next
part
episode.
of the story.
Anyway, Nico, what are you going to choose?
Dylan's picking the movie instead.
No, I am going to be picking a film here.
I said, wasn't that the deal? That you
I'm
didn't
going
pick
to be
last week, so you
picking a
picked this
film
week?
here, Jackson.
Okay. Fuck Dylan, I guess.
So the movie I'm going to be picking this week, you know, we've been watching these last few weeks. I've been picking some more adult-centered animated films. So I'm going to be picking another animated film. This time, not adult. Instead, it's just a good old-fashioned animated film. This is one that's, you know, there still has to be some sort of little strangity to it. And the strangity this time is it's a foreign one. You see, it's foreign. So we're going to have to be doing a bit of reading this time around, boys.
He's picking an anime film.
I'm not actually. This is going to be...
he's picking a French one.
No, as well. It's like fucking Spain or some bullshit. I don't know. I think they speak Spanish in it. We are going to be watching Unicorn Wars.
Unicorn Wars.
Unicorn
That
Wars.
sounds cool, at least.
Yeah.
What year did this come out?
Last year.
What?
Yeah, there's a new movie.
And it's from Spain?
Some bullshit. I don't remember what country it's from.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Here we go. Unicorn Wars. Yeah, 2022 film. Spanish French. So I was half right.
There we go. So yeah, I'm excited for this
Very
movie. I've
interesting.
heard some good things about it. And yeah, that's about it. Now, Jackson.
What's up, baby?
Do you think we can pick a Patreon movie this time?
Yeah, we should be able to. Are we just like totally skipping over Dylan?
Yes.
Let's go. I'm not opposed to that. All right. So yeah, the bot was broken last time because of some fucking data mismatch in the database. Hopefully it works this time. Let's see. We're watching Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Nice. As submitted by our patron, Spider Clan, a white supremacist Spider-Man.
There we go.
And if
Nice.
you'd also
I'm very
like to
excited.
suggest a movie, Tanner, tell the people about the Patreon.
Everyone, if you enjoyed this, please go support us on Patreon, where for only $1 a month, you get early access to every episode as soon as we finish it. You also get to watch the pre- and post-show. You also get 500 slime coin, and you get access to the Discord, where you can submit your own topic and movie recommendations. And you get your name read out in every single episode, just like our 7 patrons: Jacob Edwards, Hunter, Lucas Ledette, Tutbot, a gaping hot wet cum-drenched boy pussy, Joshua Bean, and Topraman Man.
Wow. You're telling me like all of that for just $1?
Just $1.
What?
That's incredible value.
Also, check us out on Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever the fuck you want to watch us. Watch us on all of them once, and leave likes and reviews, and, tell people about our podcast and shit.
We're everywhere at this point. You can't avoid us. Guapish is
You
screaming
can't.
at you in the face.
We're in your walls, we're in your walls, we're in your walls. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.